This segment now is about how to measure a bay window. First we must establish which particular type of bay window you have. There's only two main types. This being the first and certainly the most common one is three individual square windows merely joined together. And it's easily identifiable by all this timber in the centre. To measure one of these, we just treat them as individual windows, and we suggest you grab a piece of wood, put a 100mm mark on that, clearly label it, and it just makes it so much easier when you get into corners and architraves and things, so you can clearly measure from the inside of the opening that we require, and you can see that that's exactly 491mm long. Then we add our 100mm to be sure, and you can use that same block in the vertical if you have difficulty with architraves and things. If it's just square and plain like this, it's quite easy to read the tape at 296mm. And that's all the measurements require. If it's a very wide window, we suggest another additional measurement in the centre just in case the window does sag or some such. The other type, and less common in the bay windows, is the continuous bay, which are still available but very few people seem to use them. This particular type is where the shutters will come in and just join in the centre and go around. There's no timber or anything in there, so same setup again. You can use your 100mm block if there's a tight architrave or difficult to measure, but we need to know that measurement right to that intersecting point of the sill, bearing in mind your architrave's out beyond this, but right where that line is, right in the centre, back to our 196mm plus our 100. So that would be the dimension that we would require, and then from that we can allow to take off the gaps for hinges and gaps, etc. Same across the front is just from that point to that point, and it's very easy to read in that way, and it's certainly right on this parallel line all the way around. So we would require the 1, 2, 3 measurements and the height, which you may or may not need your block again, just to measure down to that, and they would be all the measurements we would require to be able to manufacture your shutters for that particular bay window.